Greetings of the day, everyone. My name is Sai Deshpant, and today I'm going to present a presentation about safe quantum and space communications. So, this presentation is made based on the paper that's mentioned in this slide. It's a satellite quantum communications when man-in-the-middle attacks are excluded. Uh, this paper discusses a protocol for secure quantum key distribution over satellite links that is resistant to man-in-the-middle attacks. And they also proposed a protocol for key distribution that uses multiple entangled photon pairs. So those transmits from satellite to ground stations and incorporates error correction and privacy amplification to enhance the security of the key. So, starting with the introduction, the authors note that the satellite-based quantum communication is an attractive technology, and it's going to be most used in the future. So, it also provides a way to distribute keys over long-range distances without the need for any physical infrastructure. So, however, satellite links are vulnerable to interception and tampering, particularly by the man-in-the-middle attacks. So to address this challenge, others proposed a protocol that uses multiple entangled photon pairs transmitted from satellite to ground stations and vice versa. So the protocol incorporates error correction and privacy amplification to enhance the security of the key and is designed to be resistant to a wide range of attacks. And also, the authors provided a detailed analysis of the security and performance on the protocol so that it can show the high key rate efficiency over long range distances, even in the presence of atmospheric turbulence and the background noise. And this paper also have implications for the development of secure communication systems that can be used in space over high risk environments and highlight the potential of satellite based quantum communication as a key enabling technology for secure communication. Coming to the picture, this picture represents the quantum key distribution and photon key distribution models, and it is also based on different hardware implementations. So these results are discussed in the sections of different hardware types. So general assumptions are made, and the space-based detectors have like 15,000 dark counts per second, while the ground-based detectors only have 2,500 dark counts. And actually, this was based on the pessimistic cases for single photon detectors before and after the radiation damage. Furthermore, ground-based detectors were assumed to have an additional 1,000 background counts per second due to scattered light entering the receiver. This was slightly more conservative than noise counts estimated in the recent literature. So, this paper is mainly based on three topics. Uh, one of them is a weak coherent pulse. Weak coherent pulse source. It is a type of photon source that is commonly used in quantum key distribution protocols. It works by emitting one photon at a time. So, with each photon carrying a random polarization state, these photons are transmitted over communication channel to a receiver, where they're measured and used to generate a shared secret key. One of the advantages of the WCP sources in satellite quantum communication is they're easy to implement over long range distances. However, security is compromised. If an attacker interrupts and measures the photons being transmitted, he can easily access those. To address this issue, the article proposes a protocol that excludes the man in the middle attacks, which can be used to intercept and measure photons without detection. So overall, the use of WCP sources in Sandom quantum communications, uh, it is an important research area so that it has the great potential to be improved, and it improves the security of quantum communications in the future. Coming to the other topic, it is uh, sorry, spontaneous It's a SPDC process. It is also a high energy photon. It is the process when a high energy photon is split into two lower energy photons known as single and idle photons. These photons are entangled and their properties are correlated and a way that cannot be explained by classical physics. The entangled photons can be used to generate a shared secret key between the two parties. These can be used to encrypt and decrypt the messages. The main advantage of the SPDC photon pair sources is that they are highly secure against the man-in-the-middle attacks because of their physical property, which cannot be determined by the quantum mechanics easily. And any attempt to intercept or measure the photons will disturb the properties, altering the parties to the presence of an attacker. However, the use of these SPDC photon pairs can be challenging due to the limitations of the communication channel, including the atmospheric turbulence and the background noise. It can be altered. So the last topic is single photon source. The SPCs are devices that emit single photons at a time. These are widely used in quantum cryptography protocols as they allow for secure transmission of information over a communication channel. When two parties use an SPS to communicate, they can be sure that any interception or measurement of the photons being transmitted will be detected, and the act of measurement itself changes the state of photons. The article proposes a protocol for using SPS in satellite quantum communications that takes into account the limitations of communication channel, including the turbulence and the noise. So this protocol uses combination of quantum error correction and privacy amplification techniques to ensure that any errors or eavesdropping attempts are detected and corrected. The use of SPS in the satellite quantum communications is an important area of research as this has the potential that's widely used in the future, that's going to be widely used in the future. However, practical implementation of SPS protocol is highly difficult due to manufacture and operating the protocol. Nonetheless, the development of SPS based quantum cryptography protocols remains an active area of research with the potential to revolutionize secure communication in the future. Coming to this summary, the PKD protocols have higher rates than the QKD protocols because eavesdroppers have no access to the channel and only the correct vertex are allowed. So PPM PKD suffers from multi-photon emissions, so requires the privacy amplification. In general, the relaxed security assumptions increases the key rates and allow for key generation at larger distances. Uh, while QKD is less conclusive since the pulse rates of different implementations of the hardware will vary. So the conclusion is that the approach presented in this paper is applied to the key distribution, not only when using satellites, but also in the other types like FS4 based. For example, in the ad hoc networks where the transmitter and receiver can visually identify each other, it may be straightforward to access the absence of a man-in-the-middle attack and use PKD type protocols to establish a secret key. So if the possibility of man-in-the-middle attacks can be excluded or monitored by any conventional means, then PKD protocols can allow for security key distribution. In practical key distribution scenario, it's worthwhile to have a better specification of a threat model and to devote efforts to closing physical side channels rather than attempting to defeat a hypothetical quantum adversary. We remark that using QKD hardware, it may be possible to switch to a pre-KD protocol when the channel is accessed to be free of attacks, and this increases the key distribution rates. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.